Good afternoon. I hope everybody has the text, the Guru Sadhana called Light Amassment of Blessings. If not, it's next to the praying wheel. And we will start with opening prayer, the four immeasurable in the yellow prayer book on page 5. May all Mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all Mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all Mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
강기 두생이 손에 다와 담제 봉에 지레 담배 촌이 돈제 뭐 고담텔라 그자제 데돌로진 돈담을 매제 마온 잠바들라셔야도 문제다네 메른젠베 지된 송고 잡라 그자제 번된자웨 마린 보지 다기 지오르베 메덴줄라 거린젠베 군에 제송데 구송 톡잉으로 잔도서 다당 선전 남제기로 추수로 워진게 랍도 저 람도 워진게 랍도서 람조와서 워진게 랍도서 와이시 수저 워진게 랍도서 Okay, good afternoon everybody. I came to translate for Garchen Rinpoche, but I ended up pretending to be teaching. So I was asked to explain this Guru Yoga of Garchen Rinpoche, and I had some other ideas too, but I thought that was kind of auspicious for me. This is my first time teaching here, and to begin with the Guru Yoga of His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche, I felt was quite auspicious. So therefore, I will try my best. Before I begin, I wanted to remind you this morning when we were reciting the same prayer, the four immeasurables, when we said the cause of happiness, Garchen Rinpoche said it very loud. And cause of suffering, again, he said the word very loud. And I thought that is very profound, pointing out, like reminding us, what is the cause of suffering? What is the cause of happiness? The cause of happiness is loving kindness and compassion, as His Eminence always teach us repeatedly. The cause of suffering is self-cherishing, self-centeredness. So in order to tell us that we should always remember that, I thought he's put some stress on those words. And now, before I start with the actual text, I thought I would like to, give a little short background. We are all followers of Lord Jigten Sumgon, right? And Lord Jigten Sumgon has said that every practice that we do, something extensive or something short, it doesn't matter. The practice must have the fivefold parts. The practice must be containing these 5 factors, which is known as fivefold path. You all know that, right? Bodhichitta, deity, Guru Yoga, Mahamudra, and dedication. These are called the fivefold Mahamudra. So the Guru Yoga here is one of them. It is the Guru Yoga, which is the third one. So I thought I would share with you a little story. Okay, so there is a explanatory text on the fivefold Mahamudra written by the second Chungzang, His Holiness Chungzang, called Tundup Chögyal. His name was Tundup Chögyal. So he tells a story about Jigten Sumgon and Pakmoduba. So when Jigten Sumgon met Pakmoduba, Pakmoduba told him, "You seem to have meditated a little bit. What did you meditate?" And Jigten Sumgon says, "I meditated Mahamudra." And Pakmoduba says, "According to which lineage?" And according to Saraha, Jigten Sumgon says, it says, "Then your tradition is the same as mine." And then Pakmoduba gave Jigten Sumgon the instructions on the fivefold path of Mahamudra. And one day, Jigten Sumgon came to see Pakmoduba, and he said, I don't like to meditate on these 5 things. This is like a series of thoughts. I would rather focus on Mahamudra alone. Okay? And then to this, Pakmoduba said, "In that case, what would you like to skip? Bodhichitta, okay, which is the root of the Mahayana path, or the Idam deity, which is the root of all siddhis, all attainments, or the Lama, who is the root of all blessings, and the dedication, okay, which is the root of omniscience, the root for attaining omniscience, the ultimate wisdom. So which one do you want to skip?" And to this, Jigten Sumgon says, "I would make a short Guru Yoga and Mahamudra, not the rest." So then Pakmoduba said, "No, you must practice all 5 of them from now until you attain enlightenment. Do not separate yourself from these 5 dharmas." And that was like in Tibetan we say kagya, which means like a order. And accordingly, Jigten Sumgon taught everything based on the fivefold Mahamudra. And as followers, we should also try to integrate whatever we practice into the fivefold Mahamudra. Okay. So now, when we talk about the Guru Yoga, in general, there are 4 types of gurus mentioned. For example, in the jewel ornament of liberation, the ordinary spiritual teacher or guru, and the bodhisattva guru, and the sambhogakaya guru, and the nirmanakaya guru. Guru in 4 forms. So at the beginning, for beginners, the guru in an ordinary form is the most relatable, the most effective. And when we attain the 3rd level of the path of accumulation, then the guru, who is a manifestation of a great bodhisattva, is more relevant. And then as one attains the higher bhumis, then the guru in the nirmanakaya form, and ultimately at the 10th bhumi, the guru in the sambhogakaya form. So, in other words, the guru manifests mainly in these forms based on the level of our purification and accumulation of merit. When our merit is low, the guru appears as an ordinary being, similar to us. When our merit is higher, when our defilements are lesser, then the guru appears in a higher form, like a great bodhisattva and so on. So this is just like a general concept of the guru. Now, to begin with the text, firstly, it is called the Guru Sadhana, Light Amassment of Blessing. So the Guru and Sadhana, these are both Sanskrit. So in English, if we translate, it would be the practice of the teacher. Okay, so now if I try to explain the words, firstly, the guru. What is the guru? The guru is the root of all blessings. Okay. So if we do not have a guru, okay, then we cannot accomplish any quality. We cannot accomplish the path. We cannot accomplish the result. We cannot reach perfection in our practice. Therefore, the guru in the Vajrayana system is very crucial. It is like the foundation. Okay, so therefore, it is said in a tantra called Guhya Samaja Tantra. The guru is explained with the example of a boat. Okay, so the boat may be very sophisticated, very well equipped, with machines. It may be perfect, but without a captain, the boat is useless, right? Likewise, we may be very well versed, we may be well educated, learned. In that way, we may be perfect, but without the help of the guru, we cannot attain the Mahamudra realization. It is like that good boat without a captain. Okay, so therefore, that is the Lama, who is the root of the blessings. Now, the second word is sadhana. Sadhana means to accomplish. So when you start a task, okay, then the task has to be accomplished, right? So in the same way, when we practice the Guru Yoga with by making offering, by offering praise, by making the outer, inner, secret offerings and so on, as His Eminence explained this morning. So this is the Guru Yoga or Guru practice at the path level. Okay, so when we realize the Guru, our own mind and the Buddha are inseparable, when we realize they are one and the same, okay, that is the accomplishment. At that level, that is the highest level of devotion to the Guru. And in the fivefold Mahamudra scriptures, it is named as the devotion Mahamudra. Okay, the devotion in the form of Mahamudra. It means you realize that your nature of mind, the Guru and the Buddha are inseparable, or one and the same. Because of this, the Jigten Sumgon says in one of his songs, for the yogi who realize one's own mind, the Lama, one's own mind, and the Buddha as one, there is no need of artificial devotion. So before we realize that, the devotion we have is relative. It is at the conceptual level. We regard the Guru as someone other than us. There is the gap of duality. So therefore, it is a Guru Yoga practice, but it is not perfect. So when we attain this realization of Guru, Buddha, and one's own mind being same, that is the accomplishment of Guru Yoga. Now, when we say in the title, it says blessing, assessment of blessing. So when we talk about the blessing, usually we talk about blessing in terms of body, speech, and mind. Okay, so if I talk about these three different blessings from personal experience, the blessing of the Lama we can experience in this very place. As we come to this place, we experience unusual peace in our mind. Our ability to be loving and kind become easier. We become a little bit more compassionate. To practice whatever we practice is more effective. And I'm sure this is the experience of most of you. For me, it is like that, and that I feel is the blessing of the presence of the Guru at this place. Okay, so the actual blessing is what we experience, the sense of love and compassion for all beings. That is the blessing of the Guru. And the blessing of the speech, the teaching that we hear from our Guru, like we heard this morning, very profound teachings, to the point, very important instructions. So these kind of teachings help us according to our mental disposition. So that is the blessing of the Guru's speech. And the blessing of the Guru's mind, the Guru's mind is inseparable from bodhichitta at all times. His Eminence, our teacher, is always thinking about all sentient beings. Through his bodhichitta is all-pervasive, all-inclusive. Okay, so that is the blessing of the Guru's mind. That is the bodhichitta. And I remember, like 10, 15 years ago, when I was here for a year, it was right in front of this door. His Eminence explained some of us the meaning of blessing of the lineage. And he said, the lineage gurus like Tilo, Naro, and so on until the root guru, it's like a pipe of water. And if the pipe is empty, if there is no water, it's useless, right? So likewise, we may have this lineage. We may think we belong to this lineage, but the water inside the pipe, similar to that, is the blessing of the lineage. Is the blessing of the lineage, which is bodhichitta. Bodhichitta is the water that is running through the pipe, right? So if we develop bodhichitta within ourselves, then we are directly linked with the lineage. If we do not develop bodhichitta, if we are only thinking that we belong to or follow the lineage, it is just like an empty pipe, right? So therefore, that was an explanation of what is the blessing of the Guru. By practicing the Guru Yoga, by being in the presence of the Guru, if we develop the quality of love and compassion and bodhicitta for all sentient beings, then that is when the Guru's blessing has come into us, and we have become a part of the lineage of the Guru. So that was a little bit about the title. And then it says on a comfortable cushion, assuming the points of body and so on. Yeah. So this is important for the beginners, to sit on a comfortable seat. As a beginner, that makes a big difference in our practice of meditation. To find a quiet place, to find a comfortable seat, this is important. But when one becomes more advanced, that doesn't matter, right? And then assume the 7 postures, and then do the common preliminaries, which are, reflecting on precious human life, impermanence, death, and so on, these four common preliminaries, right? So among them, the meditation on impermanence is very crucial. It's most important. Because we have very strong attachment for only this life. Our concerns in this life, we are very attached to that. It's very hard to let go. So therefore, the method to free ourselves from attachment to this life, that is the meditation on impermanence. So regarding this, the Nagarjuna has said in the 60 stanzas of reasoning, this is a text by Nagarjuna, he says, first one has to know how everything comes into existence through interdependence, through causes and conditions. When one realizes that everything is caused with the help of a condition, okay, then because of that one can realize that everything has an end. The arising of everything is dependent on cause and condition. Therefore, there are cause and conditions that can bring an end to that. Okay? When one understands this law of arising and ending through cause and conditions, then one can comprehend what impermanence means. And when one can comprehend impermanence, one has stepped inside the door of Dharma. So, meditation on impermanence, the experience of impermanence, that is, the door to Dharma, according to Nagarjuna. And because of that, realization of impermanence of all phenomena, that is, at the worldly level, it is like the ultimate truth. As a worldly being, not a noble being, but as a worldly being, to realize the impermanent nature of all phenomena is like the highest realization, and the way to the realization of the selflessness of person and phenomena. Okay, so therefore, for a short moment, in this practice, one has to think about precious human life, death, and impermanence, karma, result, and so forth, the common preliminaries. Then the actual practice begin with the refuge and bodhichitta. So the verse in the Lama and deity, who are the embodiment of the three jewels, I take refuge until attaining enlightenment. In order to liberate helpless, wayfaring beings, pervading space, I shall diligently strive to accomplish the enlightened Lama. So, I don't think I have to talk too much about this, because His Eminence explained the same verse yesterday, the other day. But just to talk a little bit. So the three jewels, three jewels. Why the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha are called jewel? Because they are very rare. Okay, they are very rare, like a precious jewel. The precious jewel has 6 unique qualities. The first is that it appears very rarely. The second is that it is free from stain, it is free from defilements. And the third is that it has the power to alleviate poverty. The fourth is that it is the greatest ornament in the world. And it is the most extraordinary, most supreme kind of ornament. And the sixth quality is that it is changeless. It doesn't change. For example, like a gold. Okay, no matter how long it remains buried in the earth, gold remains gold all the time. Likewise, the nature of the jewel never change. So, similarly, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, they are very rare. They are free from defilements. They have the ability to free all sentient beings from all kinds of sufferings. Okay, and they are the ornaments of the world, and they are changeless. Okay, so now when we say that the Lama is the embodiment of the three jewels, so the like His Eminence explained before, the Lama's mind is the Buddha. The Lama's body is the Lama's speech is the Sangha. Right? Lama's mind is the Buddha. The speech is the Dharma. The body is the Sangha. So therefore, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha are within the Lama. Okay. So likewise, sometimes His Eminence also explains that in our case also, when we have mindfulness, that is our inner Buddha. And when we are mindful enough, we develop compassion for sentient beings. That is the Dharma. And when we have mindfulness and compassion, we become Sangha. Okay. So the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha are not always external. They are also, part of ourselves. So, so that means the Lama's mind and the minds or wisdoms of all the Buddhas are equal. The Lama's speech and the teachings of all the Buddhas are equal. The Lama's body and the bodies of the Buddhas of the three times are essentially inseparable. They are one and the same. So therefore, in the practice, we view the Lama not as a single individual, but an embodiment of the Buddhas of all times. Okay, as an embodiment of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha in one. So therefore, the Lama is the Buddha, the Lama is the Dharma, the Lama is the Sangha, the Lama is the Deva, and the Lama is the Dakini. The Lama is the chief of the mandala in our practice. Yeah? So then, to this kind of Lama, take refuge. I take refuge until accomplishing enlightenment. So that is the Mahayana way of taking refuge, right? In the lesser vehicle, one takes refuge from now until death. In the greater vehicle, in the Mahayana path, one takes refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. In the Vajrayana, there is also the Lama, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So therefore, we take refuge in them from now until enlightenment. So the duration is longer. And then, after taking refuge, the next verse, generation of bodhichitta, in order to liberate helpless wayfaring beings, pervading space and so on, right? So, as I understand this verse, this is related to the aspirational and engaging bodhicitta. Okay? When we talk about the definition of the aspirational and engaging bodhicittas, then there are two different traditions, one from the Maitreya tradition, the other from Nagarjuna tradition. So in the Maitreya tradition, which is called the tradition of vast conduct, the lineage of vast conduct, okay, according to this lineage, when they give the definition of the aspirational and engaging bodhicitta, they say aspiration is making a commitment to attain the result for the benefit of all sentient beings. That means making a commitment to attain Buddhahood for the all sentient beings is the aspirational bodhicitta. And making a commitment to produce or create the causes and conditions to make that happen, that is the engaging bodhicitta. Yeah. To promise to create the cause is engaging bodhicitta. To promise to attain the result for the all sentient beings, that is the aspirational bodhicitta. So similarly, in this verse it says, in order to liberate helpless wayfaring beings pervading space, that is the result to attain, that is the aim to achieve. Okay? I shall diligently strive to accomplish the enlightened lamas. So I shall diligently strive, that is the commitment to the cause. So therefore, each of these stanzas are associated with the two bodhicittas, aspirational and engaging bodhicittas. Now, so helpless beings, right? So why sentient beings are called helpless? This situation is explained by Shantideva, for example, in the Bodhisattva Charavatara. Sentient beings have a desire to get rid of suffering. We all have desire to get rid of suffering. But everything what we do leads towards suffering because of our ignorance. It is like we are walking straight into the trap, but we want to be free from a trap, but we are walking towards the trap. Okay, we all want to be happy. We all want to enjoy, enjoy our life. Okay. But because of our ignorance, we do everything that destroys our happiness due to our, attachment, anger, jealousy, and so forth. So therefore, sentient beings are, objects of compassion. Sentient beings are objects of kindness, because they are in the wrong path. They are totally confused, wishing to go to the east but walking towards the west. Right. So seeing, being in such a condition, sentient beings are helpless. Okay. And now moving. Now, in order to liberate such confused sentient beings, I strive to accomplish the enlightened Lama. So the Lama is not considered in our practice like this as an ordinary human being, an ordinary person, but as a Buddha. In essence, it's your root guru. Okay. In aspect, the Lama is the form of a Buddha. Now, next is the visualization. But before that, the main purpose of practicing Guru Yoga, okay, is to generate, protect, and grow devotion. Like in the case of bodhicitta, we say, may bodhicitta arise when it is not arisen. May it increase when it is, may it be stable when it is arisen. May it increase higher and higher and so forth. Likewise, we have to generate bodhicitta. And when it is generated, we have to sustain it so that it does not decay, okay, and make it grow higher and higher. So therefore, the method to do that is practicing the sadhana like Guru Yoga, okay. So now regarding devotion, the great Kagyu masters have said that devotion is the path of all the Kagyu lamas in the past. This is the path they left for us. Okay, and devotion is the quintessence of the secret mantrayana path. And devotion is the practice of all the ascetics, the yogis. Okay, so therefore, devotion is very, very essential for the realization of emptiness or realization of Mahamudra. Particularly, it is said in the scriptures that in the Kagyu lineage, which starts from Tilo, Naro, and so forth, devotion to the Guru is the most important treasure. Okay, so therefore, the devotion should be practiced oneself, and devotion should be taught to others as well. So this is how the early, great, accomplished Kagyu masters have instructed. So, if we practice Guru Yoga very well, okay, and if we develop very stable, pure devotion to the Guru, then there are great benefits. The benefits cannot be numbered, but the most important ones are numbered in the scriptures. Okay, so there are 12 of them mentioned in the scripture. The first is, if our devotion is strong, if our devotion to the Guru is strong, then the realization becomes spontaneous. From within the devotion, the realization arises spontaneously. And the second is the awareness, our Rigpa, awareness, become awake within our heart because of the power of devotion. And devotion help us identify or realize that as the Dharmakaya. And when the devotion is very powerful, then one sees everything as a manifestation of the Lama. So therefore, everything become like a teacher. Everything become like an aid in the practice. And number 5 is the confusions in our mind. Okay, like ignorance, dualistic perception, and other afflictive emotions. All of this become undermined by the power of devotion, and they are almost by force they dissolve. Okay, and then in the Vajrayana practice, there are practices connected with the channels and wind and so forth. So the idea is to make the wind energy flow into the central channel. And for that, the yogis practice different kinds of yoga, and activate the channels and try to, let the wind energy flow through the central channel, which is the path to enlightenment. Okay, so if it is written in this scripture, it is in fact by Jamgon Kongtrul. Okay, so if one has stable, pure devotion to the Guru, the wind energy flow in the central channel on its own. Okay, so and number 7 is one realize how appearance is one's own mind, and appearance and mind merge into one. That is number 7. And number 8 is negative karmas and downfalls purify on their own. Just being stable and firm in the devotion is doing most of the thing. Purification of the negative karmas. And one can realize appearance and sounds as deities. In other words, one easily develop a sacred outlook or pure perception of everything, which is an important part in the mantrayana. And because of the power of the devotion, all negative thoughts that are against the Dharma, that are in opposition to the Dharma, okay, all of these kind of thoughts become subsided because of the power of devotion. Number 11 is the devotion protects one from obstacles and protects one from straying from the path. Okay, and when we have devotion to the Guru in our heart, then the path becomes very smooth and easy. Okay, and devotion this is the final one, 13th one. Sorry, I said 12 before, I think. There are 12 benefits listed here. The 13th one is devotion is like knowing one, and because of that knowing everything. If you know devotion, that leads to knowing everything. Okay, so these are like 13 things listed by Jamgon Kongtrul. These are the main benefits. Okay, so but in our own experience, our habit with attachment, anger, jealousy, greed is very strong. We wish to not have them, but we fail all the time, right? It's very difficult to get rid of anger, get rid of attachment, and so on. But with devotion to the Guru, it becomes very easy. So in terms of dealing with our habitual patterns, which are very deep rooted, when we feel devotion to the Guru, it becomes much easier to face it or deal with it, right? So that is because of the power of the Guru's blessing and the disciples' devotion to the Guru. So even at a very basic level, if we talk about devotion, okay, it is already quite powerful, right? So if you are a person who has a strong anger, okay, and then if you one day find a Guru in whom you develop strong devotion, then whatever the Guru says that anger is poison, it is harmful for you and for everyone else. It is bad. Then, because of the power, because of your devotion for the Guru, you want to listen to that. You want to believe in that. You trust in that word deeper. And because of that, it becomes much easier to, break through our strong, rigid habit. Okay, so it is a little bit similar to, I feel, similar to when two people are in love. Okay, so sometimes some people have a habit of drinking, and when they first, initially fall in love, the other person says drinking is bad, you shouldn't drink. The other person can stop drinking quite easily. Yeah. Why is it so easy? It's because of the love between the two. This is the power of the love, right? Similarly, devotion to the Guru makes it very easy to purify our karmas. Now, so when we practice devotion to the Guru, regularly in the way His Eminence instructed this morning, okay, then ultimately our devotion become irreversible, unchangeable. Okay, so in the scripture it says it becomes like the fire at the end of the aeon. The fire at the end of the aeon is so powerful, it's so huge that nothing can extinguish it. Okay, so likewise, when our devotion reaches to its peak, then it becomes irreversible, and no negative thoughts, no conceptual thoughts, nothing can undo it. So that is the example of how devotion should be ultimately. Now, usually when we talk about the quality of the Guru, like the qualification, what kind of qualification should the Guru have? Okay, then different texts give different explanation. But in the Bodhisattva Charyavatara, Shantideva says, the Ma and a teacher, okay, the first thing is that the teacher should be well versed, well learned in the teaching of the Mahayana. And the second important quality the Guru should possess is that the Guru is not ready to give up bodhichitta, even if it means giving up one's own life. So two qualities, okay? Well learned, well versed in the Mahayana teachings. That is number one. And the second is the commitment to the bodhicitta that is so precious for the Guru that even at the cost of life, the teacher would not give up on bodhicitta. But in the practice like this, which is connected with the Tantra, okay, so in the Mahamudra literatures, a slightly different list of qualities are given that we have to see in the Guru. So the number one is the Lama. The Lama is someone in whom the stream of realization is continuous. So the stream of realization means, in the lineage passed down, realization of Mahamudra, for example, and it must be continuing in the Lama. And the Lama is someone who is continuing or still carrying the legacy of experience and realization, experience of meditation, experience of Mahamudra realization, and it's it must be alive and continuing in the Lama. And the third thing is, the Lama is not corrupt with the breaches of Samaya and not influenced by evil forces, evil obstacles. And the Lama is not overwhelmed by or not undermined by distraction. Okay, and in short, the Lama is someone whose mind is in perfect harmony with the Dharma. So if you find these qualities in an individual, that individual is then fit to be a Dharma, Lama whom you can venerate and supplicate and rely on for blessing. And it is said by Phangmo Duba, that to be a Lama, to guide disciples as a Lama, one has to have a certain level of realization and certain level of accomplishment. Yeah. Otherwise, he used the example of, this. We have a cup for making stupa. Yeah, inside the cup there are designs. So if there are designs inside, then the images appear on the clay. If there's no design, nothing inside, nothing appears on the clay. Likewise, the teacher should be qualified, the guru should be qualified. And we are very fortunate that we have such a great teacher who has all these qualities. And therefore, it is very rare to find a teacher like that in this degenerated time. Okay, now moving on to, next is the visualization. My own mind and luminous and void and so on, right? So when it says my own mind, that is where you have to visualize the guru. Okay, it is showing the place. Where do you have to visualize the guru? In your mind. And what is the nature of that mind? What kind of a mind is that? It is luminous and void. Yeah? Luminous and void means it is the union of clarity and emptiness, or luminosity and emptiness. Okay, so this term, which is luminous and void, His Eminence Nupa Rinpoche explains quite simply, and I would like to tell you that, how he does. For example, right now I'm talking and you are listening and you are comprehending, understanding, okay? So that aspect of the mind is the luminosity. Luminous means it is awake, it can comprehend things, it can hear, it can see, it can hear with the ear, it can smell with the help of the nose, it can see with the eyes and so on. Right? So this is the luminous aspect of the mind. But if you want to locate that mind, where is it? How is it? Is it, if you search for this mind, okay, you cannot really see it. You cannot really see it with the eye. You cannot. It doesn't have any color. It doesn't have any shape. Okay, it cannot be identified as this or that. So because that is the indication that it is empty. Okay, this very mind at the moment that we have, it is very clear. It can hear, it can think, it can decide, and all so on. So we cannot deny that. Okay, that shows that the mind is luminous. And if we want to search for it in the body, outside the body, between the body and the outside, wherever, okay, it is not findable. It cannot be identified as anything whatsoever. So therefore, the mind is described as luminous and void. Now in this mind, we visualize first a sphere of 5 colored light. So this 5 rings in 5 different colors, right? As we can see on the Tara picture. So the five lights, represents different things. For example, the pure essence of the five elements, okay, and the 5 Buddhas, 5 Buddha families, okay, and the 5 types of wisdom. So, in the practice, you visualize His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche, okay, in your mind, which is luminous and void, sitting inside this tent in 5 different colors, tent of light, okay, and these 5 colors are 5 Buddha families, 5 wisdoms, 5 essence of 5 elements, and so on. So then the next verse says, in its center appears the glorious Lama, who in essence is my own innate awareness. So now, when we visualize the Lama sitting inside this tent of 5 colored, rainbow colored tent, okay, then the Lama represents the essence of your own awareness. Okay, that means at the essential level, okay, between the Lama's, Lama's mind and your mind are identical. Okay, because like His Eminence this morning said that all Buddhas are one in the expanse of wisdom. Okay, so to understand this, we can talk a little bit about Buddha nature. So all sentient beings equally possess Buddha nature. Okay, so due to the level of defilements, some are a little bit, more developed in terms of spiritual development. Some are less, but at the basic level, there is no division. There is no quality difference, so to speak. So therefore, at that level, all sentient beings are equal. Now, in the case of the Lama has fully realized that purity. The Lama is free from all the defilements. The innate purity has become 100% free from the defilements. So therefore, it is essentially pure and also pure in terms of being free from the defilements. So it has these 2 purities: the original or natural purity, and the purity attained by getting rid of the defilements. Okay, so we have the first purity. We possess the first purity, which is the natural purity, the Buddha nature, and we are yet to attain the second purity, which is the purity by removing the defilements. Okay, so therefore, at the innate purity level, there is no division between the Lama and ourselves. So therefore, it is said here, in its center appears the glorious Lama, who in essence is my own innate awareness. Okay, so And then the glorious Lama. In the scriptures it says the Lama and the glorious Lama. Between that there is a difference. Okay, so the glorious Lama is someone who has the ability to implant, or ability to transmit the teaching of the Buddha, okay, without any error. Like the Buddha taught the teachings, and the bodhisattvas, interpreted them. Yeah, and if the Lama can, transmit that teaching without anything missing, without anything, change, intact. Okay, that is one quality, okay, of a glorious Lama. And the second thing is a Lama who is like able to help the disciple attain realization. In other words, who is able to transfer his or her own realization through the instructions into the disciple, like a transplantation. Okay, so a Lama, and the third thing is a Lama who is, who has attained the Bodhisattva bhumis. Okay, so somebody who has these three qualities, the ability to transmit the teaching of the Buddha intact, without any flaw, without anything change or altered, the ability to implant realization in the minds of the disciple, okay, and has attained the noble level of the noble beings. So such a Lama is different from ordinary Lama, and such a Lama is called the glorious Lama. Okay, then it says, naked and without adornment, he is dressed in angrak, pants, and so forth, meditation belt. So now the Lama, in the case of this practice, is without any ornament, naked. Just like Samantabhadra. Samantabhadra is also naked, right? So the Lama being in this form, without any ornament, without anything altered, this is like in my understanding, it is a symbol of the original purity, the pure state of our mind, which is not fabricated, nothing changed, nothing altered, as it is. Okay, the original nature of our mind, the dharma dhatu nature of our mind, or mahamudra nature of our mind, without anything altered. Just like it is said in the Ratnagotra, there is nothing to remove from it, from our the innate purity. There is nothing new to add. There is nothing to cut and throw. There is nothing to bring from outside and add. Okay. It is perfect by itself, and once one realizes how it is perfect by itself, one becomes liberated. Okay, so therefore, to represent or to symbolize this original, unfabricated, unaltered nature, the Lama is depicted without ornaments. Naked and without ornaments. And then the meditation belt. So in the 6 yogas of Naropa and in similar practices, that have to deal with the channels and winds, in such practices, the meditation belt is used usually. It is to support the yogic practice, the yantra yogic practice. So this is helpful in controlling or balancing the wind, probably. So that is the main purpose of using the meditation belt. So this so there is a complete ritual, about how to consecrate it and the size of it and so on. I don't go into detail, but basically, the Lama is using that belt, symbolizing, perfect balance in the channel and wind, in the flow of channel and wind. So that is symbolized probably. Yeah? So in the right hand of the Guru, so in the visualization, it's very easy to visualize. His Eminence is spinning the prayer wheel, and it is turning uninterruptedly. Now, when we talk about prayer wheel, okay, there are different kinds. Prayer wheel that are on the ground, prayer wheel turned by water, turned by fire, by wind, and by hand, as we can always see in Rinpoche's hand. So when we spin the prayer wheel, okay, so we have to visualize, we should visualize that as it spins, many rays of light emanate from the prayer wheel, okay, and these rays of light shine on all sentient beings, and it absorbs, the light absorbs the afflictive emotions, sufferings, and habitual tendencies of all sentient beings. And the light absorbs and brings back to the prayer wheel. And this light consumes all of them, burns all of them, okay? And thereby the sufferings and afflictions and bad negative tendencies in sentient beings become purified. And then again, rays of light emanate, okay, on all sentient beings, and this second time, all sentient beings develop, the four immeasurables: immeasurable love, immeasurable compassion, equanimity, and joy, and they become capable of practicing generosity, moral ethic, patience, effort, meditation, and wisdom, the 6 paramitas. So this is the basic visualization while spinning the prayer wheel. If we spin without concentration, without mindfulness, it's not very meaningful, right? So we have to sometimes visualize purifying the negative deeds, sometimes visualize all sentient beings developing 4 immeasurables and 6 paramitas. Okay, so this is important. Like Shantideva says in the Bodhisattva Charyavatara, the mantra recitation and asceticism. Asceticism. Even if you practice for a very long time, okay, if you do it with the mind in distraction, it is meaningless. It is absolutely meaningless. said the Buddha. He says, Shantideva quotes the Buddha. So we may recite for days and months and for hours. We may do all kinds of practice, but if our mind is distracted, okay, then it is not very meaningful, basically. So therefore, that is what the prayer wheel in the hand of the Guru, symbolize. It's spreading. The Guru is spreading, burning the karmas and afflictions of all sentient beings, and spreading love, compassion, equanimity, and joy, and the 6 paramitas in all sentient beings. So if you are spinning yourself, this is a visualization. In the case of this practice, this is how you have to understand the prayer wheel. So now, I made some notes here. I think if I go through all of them, it's going to take a long time. But let's say some prayer wheels spin with the wind, right? So when the prayer wheel spins, the wheel sends an energy with the wind all around, okay? And all creatures, all beings who come in contact with that wind, they get a chance to be free from suffering. They get a chance to be free from taking birth in the lower realms. And then some prayers are planted on the ground, like a huge prayer wheel, okay? So this sends the similar kind of positive energy to sentient beings who are on and inside the earth. They get a chance to be free from their afflictions and sufferings and put an end to birth in the lower realms. And then same thing is with the prayer spinning with fire, okay, and water. So helps sentient beings, the marine life. If prayer wheel is spinning with water, and the water mixed with ultimately rich in the river and the ocean, and all sentient beings who come in contact with that, they get the blessing of that and purify their negative karmas and develop, get a chance to put an end to their existence in the lower realms. Now that is about the prayer wheel. So it is like in the next verse it says, the billionfold universe is imbued with the rainfall of Dharma, ever showering down. So the billionfold worlds in the mandala practice, we talk about the 4 continents, the 8 subcontinents, the sun and the moon, and so on. This whole universe, yeah. That you multiply by 1,000. This is the first 1,000. Okay, and the first 1,000 multiply by another 1,000. This is the second, and that multiply by 1,000 is the third 1,000. So is it clear? The 4 continents, 8 continents, sun, moon, Meru, and all this. Okay, so basically it means like a vast amount of universe. Okay, billion for worlds. So in this, when in the visualization, the Guru is spinning the prayer wheel. Okay, and by spinning the prayer wheel, okay, it kind of spreads the dharma of love and compassion and bodhichitta in all those worlds for the benefit of all sentient beings. It creates like a rain of dharma. Okay, so in the left hand, by holding a begging bowl filled with nectar in his left hand, he heals the malady of kalesha of sentient beings. Okay, so now there is the nectar, yeah. So nectar in Tibetan, the term is dutsi. Right? So dut means like in the medicinal text, it means, it refers to the malady. Okay, it refers to the sickness, and the medicine. Tzi means the antidote. So the antidote to the malady. Okay, so now in the visualization, the guru is holding a begging bowl which is filled with nectar, dutsi. Okay, what is the function? What is the use of that nectar? And that is to heal the malady of kalesha of all sentient beings. So all sentient beings are suffering with kaleshas. Kaleshas means afflictive emotions, such as the 5 afflictive emotions or the 3 poisons. Yeah. So sentient beings are sick with that, and the Lama, shower the nectar of Dharma out of love and compassion. And the Lama showers the nectar of love and compassion upon all sentient beings who are suffering from, the sickness of kaleshas. Okay, then they become healed. Okay, so therefore here the image of the begging bowl filled with the nectar. The Lama is sitting in this form. It symbolizes the Lama's activity. Okay, the Lama has the medicine or the nectar to heal all sentient beings. He's like working like a physician to heal the sentient beings who are suffering tremendously. So this is regarding the Lama's activity for the benefit of all sentient beings. And then at his navel, up on a sun disk, stands a white luminous hung emanating rays of the light. Now in the Lama's navel, at the Lama's navel, okay, on a moon disk, a sun disk. So the sun disk is a symbol of when we talk in terms of the bodhichitta, it is the red bodhichitta, right? It symbolizes the red bodhichitta. So I guess in our practice we can just think that the sun disk is a symbol of bodhicitta. It represents bodhicitta. Okay, it has the warmth that can heal this pain of all sentient beings. And in the center of that disk, visualize Hung in white color. So the Hung in white color is the Hung represents the Lama's enlightened mind. Okay, so this morning His Eminence was talking about the 3 Vajras, yeah? The Vajra body, Vajra speech, and Vajra mind. So the Vajra body, Vajra speech, and Vajra mind, they are in terms of symbol, okay, syllable, they are Om, and Hung. Okay, so now Hung here is representing the Lama's Vajra mind. Okay, so the Lama's mind in the form of a syllable. So the Lama's mind is so from this syllable Hung, the many rays of light radiate and invite all the Buddhas of the 3 times, and then when all the Buddhas of the 3 times come and dissolve in your root Lama, in this case His Eminence you're visualizing, okay, then you imagine that His Eminence become the embodiment of the Buddhas of the 3 times. Okay, so this kind of visualization is necessary for basic practitioners, because we have a lot of hesitation, a lot of doubt. Okay, the Lama is said to be a Buddha, but maybe not. We have doubt, right? So when we visualize the syllable, the sun disk, and the syllable emanating light, and then all the Buddhas of the 10 directions, coming back with that light, dissolve into the Lama, then become more confident. Our sense of trust in the visualization is stronger. So this is like an exercise to give strength to the visualization. This is the time. Go ahead. So, after having done the visualization, very clearly and very precisely, actually I read at the end of the text, Garchen Rinpoche has said that, we can practice this Guru Yoga, straight away without reading transmission. He has already given the permission to, for everyone to practice it straight away, because if we practice, with love and compassion for all sentient beings, then we are already linked or connected with His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche. Therefore, in reality, we are already transmitted through the bodhichitta. And also, usually in the visualization, we have the self-generation and front generation. So it's kind of complicated. Yeah? In the self-generation, you visualize yourself in the form of the deity. In front generation, there's a replica of that. You visualize in the front, on the altar. So in this text, Garchen Rinpoche has instructed at the end that we don't have to think that the Guru is same as me or other than me or myself or in front of me. Just think of the Guru in the form explained, naked, with the meditation belt, with spinning the prayer wheel, and the begging bowl filled with nectar. Okay, sitting inside this circle, rainbow circle. Just not forgetting that in your mind. That is enough. Okay, so Garchen Rinpoche has written, what you think you become. Okay, so when you think of the Guru in this way and remain undistracted, then you are becoming slowly. You are becoming identified with that Guru. You come in the process of realizing what the Guru actually is. That in reality, the Guru, your own mind, and the Buddha are inseparable. And then, having visualized like that, then we make the mandala offering. The 7 limb offering. So as we can read here, as the manifestation of loving kindness and compassion, you are generous. You love all beings like a mother does a child. You are the true Tara. Okay. So His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche is a personification of loving kindness and compassion, as we all know. Yeah. Therefore, that nature of him is the nature of generosic. So therefore, he is indifferent. He is not different from Avalokiteshvara, who represents the compassion of the Buddhas of the 3 times. And His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche's sense of love for all the disciples and all sentient beings, it is like so powerful. It is so deep and so vast. All right. And this power, with the power of love and compassion, he protects all sentient beings from negative karmas, negative emotions, and lead very peacefully and very harmoniously on the path to liberation, on the path to enlightenment. Okay, so that is the quality. Symbol represented by Tara. Tara means to protect. So therefore, you view him as an embodiment of Tara for protecting all sentient beings. Okay, so the bodhisattvas like His Eminence, day and night, the only wish, the only aspiration the bodhisattva has is to liberate all sentient beings. Liberate all sentient beings from suffering. That is the mission. That is the aim in life. Okay, so because of that, Shantideva says in Bodhisattva Charyavatara, the bodhisattva is even more precious than your own parents, your own friends. Your parents have so much love, for you, but the maximum your parents can do is maybe give you a good life, find a good school or good job, or give a good house, give a good life. That is the maximum. They have no capacity to liberate you from samsara. The bodhisattva is not only concerned about sentient beings' happiness in this life, but it's concerned about the future lives. The bodhisattva, is committed to work for the welfare, benefit of sentient beings, until like in the vow of Avalokiteshvara, until samsara becomes empty. Okay, so therefore, Shantideva asked, who has such a wish to benefit your father, your mother. Who else have such a benevolent, wish and aspiration to benefit you? So therefore, the bodhisattva is very precious for having so much love and compassion for all sentient beings. And then it says, as the Lord who pervades the ocean of mandalas, you are Vajradhara. So then in the visualization, you think of the Guru, His Eminence, as Vajradhara. Okay, who is the Lord who pervades the ocean of mandala? So there are all kinds of mandala, right? The mandala of the different tantras, Chakra Sambhara mandala, Yamantaka mandala, Kala Chakra mandala, all kinds of mandalas are there. And the main deity of the mandala is called the Lord of the mandala. And in the visualization, you think of the Guru as the chief deity of all mandalas. Okay, so all Buddhas are within the Guru. All mandalas are his mandala, so to speak. Nothing is missing. Okay, so therefore, these are all a way of making our sense of devotion and perception of the Guru limitless, expansive, not restricted and narrow. Okay, so I supplicate you, glorious Garchen. Okay, so having visualized like this, and then we, from our heart, we supplicate to the Guru. And then in the first limb of offering, which is paying homage, through realizing the three, the Lama, vigilance, and my own mind, to be a union free from meeting and parting, reverent prostration is spontaneously made. So, okay, so the time is up, Rinpoche said. So we take a break and come back later.